Let me explain it to you the best way the Ruach showed me. This is from the reading of 2 Corinthians 11. You seem so gullible. You believe whatever anyone tells you, even if he is preaching you another Yahushua, than the one that we preach, or a different spirit than the Ruach you receive, or shows you a different way to be saved. You swallow it all. These curses fall on anyone, including myself, who preaches any other way to be saved than the one we're taught about. Yes, if an angel comes from heaven and preaches another message, let him be forever cursed. I will say it again. If anyone preaches any other gospel than the one you're to welcome, let just curse fall upon him. So you see, it tells you in the scriptures that they will give you another Jehoshua and another gospel from an angel. Acts 8. Paul was in complete agreement with the killing of Stephen, and a great persecution of believers began that day, sweeping over the church in Jerusalem. This is the ones that he was referring to in the book of Revelation 6. And when he broke open the fifth seal, I saw an altar, and underneath it, all the souls of those who had been martyred for the preaching of the word of Yah and for being faithful in their witnessing. They called loudly to Adonai and said, O sovereign Adonai, holy and true, how long will it be before you judge the people on earth for what they have done to us? When will you avenge our blood against those living on the earth? White robes were given to each of them, and they were told to rest a little longer until the other brethren, fellow servants of Jehoshua, had been martyred to the earth and joined them. We're in the 1,000-year reign of Esau, and in the last 7 years, the serpent will be here. He will be possessing Obama, but that's what it is. We're in the 1,000-year reign of Esau. Jesus, for Esau is the end of this world, and Jacob is the one that follows. Then I saw an angel come from heaven with the keys to the bottomless pit, and heavy chains in his hand. He seized the dragon, the old serpent, the devil said, and bound him in chains for 1,000 years, and threw him into the bottomless pit, which he had shut and locked, so that he could not fool the nations any more, until the 1,000 years were finished. Afterwards he will be released again for a little while. Then I saw thrones, and sitting on them are those who have been given the right to judge, and I saw the souls of those who have been beheaded for their testimonies of Jehoshua. So the souls that made it to heaven, the ones from the book of Acts and the book of Revelation 6, the ones that died for Jehoshua HaMashiach. Second time around, when they go after the church because the church is from Rome, those are not going to go to heaven. And let me explain why. Scriptures on the gathering, but not to make the video too long, I'm going to focus on Micah 4. I read the whole scripture. I want you guys to read it, but this is on the gathering. On that coming day, Adonai says that he will bring back his punished people, the sick, the lame, and the possessed, and make them strong again in their own land. This is the gathering of his people. So we're not going to be flying off to paradise, because heaven will be coming down to earth. Reading from Matthew 12. But Jehoshua replied, only an evil and faithless nation will ask for further proof, and none will be given to them except what happened to Jonah the prophet. For as Jonah was in the great fish for 3 days and 3 nights, so I, Messiah, should be in the heart of the earth for 3 days and 3 nights. Yahushua went to the grave for 3 days to set the captives free and take them to paradise. That's when the graves broke open and the dead came out. That's when that happened. Okay, so he took those to paradise, and I'm going to show you that next. But before I do, this is in the reading of Luke. This is what he told the thief. And Yahushua replied, today you will be in paradise. This is a solemn promise. So he also went to paradise. So he went to paradise along with the captives. They were set free when he went to the abyss. Okay, that one is in the reading of Adam and Eve. This is in the reading of Adam and Eve. This is Yah speaking to Adam. But I will, when I shall come down from heaven, and shall become flesh of your descendants, and take on myself the infirmity for which you suffered then, the darkness that covered you in this cave shall cover me in the grave. When I am in the flesh of your descendants, and I, who am without years, shall be subject to the reckoning of years, of times and months, and of days, and I shall be reckoned as one of the sons of men in order to save you. And Yah ceased communing with Adam. I made a covenant with Adam that him and his descendants will sit in the abyss for 5,500 years until he comes down in the flesh in Yahushua to set them free. And that's exactly what he did when he went to the grave. And said to Adam, O Adam, all this misery which you have brought on yourself, will have no effect on my ruling, neither will it alter the covenant of the 5,500 years. In other words, the ones that lost their lives made it to paradise with Yahushua, along with the thief and the ones that were in the abyss for the 1,000-year reign in heaven in paradise. But paradise comes from heaven to earth. So now they're going to do it a second time around, but this time they're going to prosecute the church. Rome gave you the church, so the people were going to be on a life for the white Jesus, the Roman white Jesus. Those are not going to make it to heaven because there's no heaven. The earth gets redone again, and paradise comes from heaven to earth. That Yahushua is coming for the bride that makes herself ready, not the church. This is from the reading of Psalms. Stop your anger, turn off your wrath, don't fret and worry. It only leads to harm. For the wicked shall be destroyed, but those who trust in Adonai shall be given every blessing. Only a little while, and the wicked shall disappear. You will look for them in vain, but all who humble themselves before Adonai shall be given every blessing, and shall have a wonderful peace. Reading of Revelation 21. This is when the holy city comes from heaven down to earth. So the ones that being unalive at the end times, how are they going to go to paradise or heaven? Heaven is going to be on earth. So I hope you guys understand that he is coming for the bride, and the bride needs to make herself ready because the bridegroom is coming for the bride, not the church. Self ready, and the restrainer gathers the bride and carries her off to Mount Zion. She's the restrainer, the one that's holding back the man of lawlessness. And when the Ruach gets removed, that's when he comes into power. So anybody that was not made themselves ready will be left behind for the reign of the Antichrist. That's why they said there will be a dryness in the land, of not of water, but of the word, because she is the living water. This is she, because the Ruach is she, better known as wisdom. I covered her before. There are two women in the heavens, the fertility goddess, and then there's the one, the Ruach, with the 12 stars in her head, better known as wisdom. And I rejoice to know this, for wisdom went before me, and I did not know that she was the mother of them all. She's actually mentioned in several books that have been removed, part of the Apocrypha. Apocrypha means hidden knowledge.